Welcome to Azor, the Banhammer. Love this matchup. I'm excited. As far as opening hand goes, we've got we're going to keep on this one. We've got Stubborn Denial, which is always fun to counter something. We've got Remand to cash in a little bit extra card draw, Brainstorm, and a beautiful some ramp with Mana Vault. I'll take this. This is a beautiful opening hand for Azor. So let's lead off with Marsh Flats. Yeah, that'll be good. Lead off with Marsh Flats. That way, if we D2, we can shock in and land. And then we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. We're playing Azor, the lawbringer himself, flying. Whenever Azor enters the battlefield, each opponent can't cast instant or sorcery spells during that player's next turn. Then, whenever Azor attacks, you may Sphinx Revelation, which is pay some mana, draw some cards, and gain some life, which is always exactly what you want to be doing. Preordain on Stubborn Denial. No, we can try to catch Aminatu. I think catch her snoozing. I think that'd be pretty good. With that, Stubborn Denial. We're playing against Aminatu. +1, draw a card, then put a card from your hand on top of your library. -1, exile another permanent you own, then return to the battlefield under your control. Then for a -6, choose left to right. Each opponent gains control of non-land permanents other than Aminatu, and crazy things happen. I guess if we want to, and actually now that we have Brainstorm, I should have gotten down Tundra and shuffled some stuff away. Sorry about that. Just now saw that. Let's go and crack Marsh Flats. Yeah, kind of did that out of order, but that happens sometimes. Let's go and Shock and Hollowed Fountain. We're going to pay 2 life. I'll kind of explain why that happened here in a second. So let's go for Brainstorm. Ooh, Search for Azcanta. That is wonderful. We need to put 2 cards back on top of our library. Let's put City of Brass on top, because that might make a difference in this matchup, and I really like Aetherling. So let's put Plains back on top. Okay, and that'll put us on. We could go for Search for Azcanta, but if we want to jam a Remand, I think that would be pretty good. So let's do that. Let's just pass the turn. Let's see if we can't catch something with Remand, get a little bit of extra card draw, and then try to get down Search for Azcanta. But yes, we did cover both commanders. Do a little bit of housekeeping for got Wasteland. We're going to go ahead and add that blue mana to our mana pool. But that was not good. All right, so it's going to be Wasteland on our Hollowed Fountain, so the tone has been set for the match. And then hopefully if they still get their land down, we can catch Aminatu with a Stubborn Denial. That'll feel really good. Oh, they're just going to pass the turn. All right, we can bounce back from that. We got some mana. Let's get down Tundra, and then we'll pass it back over there. Once again, we're going to try to catch that Remand. A little bit of housekeeping. If you want to build your very own Banhammer to smash decks with, head over to MTGOTraders.com. They have everything that you need for all your blue-white control needs, whether it's Brainstorm, Remand, or even Force of Will. They've got you covered. And be sure to check out inkgaming.com and use coupon code JOLT for 10% off your order. You get a coupon for your order, and also kind of goes back to support the channel. So it is a win-win in your book. Let's get down Island. Honestly, the thought of double Remand and Stubborn Denial sounds pretty enticing. So we're going to pass the turn, and then we'll start deploying some of our good utility stuff. And also, let's say that you really enjoyed this thumbnail, and you want to use this particular thumbnail for maybe your desktop wallpaper. I do have an image down in the description below. I made it to where it looks more wallpapery, not a little bit less thumbnail, but it keeps the same core concept. So if you want to use it as your personal use desktop wallpaper, there's a link down to the image below. Have some fun. All right, so now it is free time. We can talk about whatever we want. That's going to be Azor. Let's get down. Yeah, we'll get down Plains. That way, hopefully, we'll keep away some of those shenanigans. And we want to. Yeah, we'll try to get down Search for Azcanta. I think we're good with that. We'll go for Search for Azcanta. They have a counter spell, so be it. If not, like it just stuck on the battlefield, that's going to allow us to start filtering our card draw, and that's going to allow us to hopefully make sure that we can kind of shift the game over into our perspective. But yeah, I love playing against Aminatu, and especially when we're looking at like a control build from our opponent like this. They've got their own Search for Azcanta. Do we want to go for Remand? I think that sounds pretty good. Yeah, that's going to be a good counterspell test. If they want to counter Remand, they certainly can. They can simply just recast it, and that's going to be everything that they do for the turn. So I'm fine with that. Now, they might be getting down Aminatu. No, it doesn't appear to be Aminatu. They tapped down a City of Brass for some extra mana, so we'll see what that's going to be about. Phyrexian Arena. Yep, that's fine. Well, at least got a little bit of card advantage stuck down. And then, all right, so we're going to Search for Azcanta. Let's see what Mana Confluence. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's go and put that into the graveyard for right now. And we draw to Glacial Fortress. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I think I kind of want to go Aetherling Beat Sticks at this point. I love Aetherling. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to get down Glacial Fortress. Let's go for Mana Vault. And that's going to be 3 mana and still give us just enough blue mana to leave up for Aetherling. So yeah, let's do that. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. So Aetherling was actually one of the first cards that I opened up in one of my pre-releases. That was when I first got into Magic, and I had no clue how to operate an Aetherling. I was just like, I saw this card, and I knew it was really unique. It had all these, wall of text on there and a bunch of different things that you could do. And so I had to get some help for somebody to explain it to me. But yeah, that's why I've got Aetherling in the deck, because I don't really run it in a lot of my control decks, or I try to run it in my control decks, but I typically don't have an opportunity to get it down. So that's kind of why we're going Aetherling Beat Sticks at this point right now, because it's a little bit hard to deal with, and getting those activated abilities going, it's just a ton of fun. Plus, they remind me of the German pop stars from The Big Lebowski. I don't know why, but I don't know. They look like a little bit of mullet action going. Yeah, Stubborn Denial. That sounds pretty good. If they've got removal on Aetherling, that's perfectly fine. All right, so we're going to go for Stubborn Denial. We do have Aetherling on the battlefield. That is a 4/5, so that should stick. Now, if they do... opponent's going to scoop it up on that one. All right, I'm posting this one up. So that's going to be a win for Azor. So, but yeah, you can see how powerful Aetherling is. Look at that. That is beautiful. We get to win with Aetherling on the battlefield. We get to stop Jace. Hey, good job, Azor. You won this one. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Bye. Welcome to the Cirque de Judith and the Freak Show. As far as our opening hand goes, we've got the Scalding Tarn, Phyrexian Tower, Leaden Mirror. Yeah, we'll keep on this one. This is not too bad. I like that. We've got a little bit of a mana ramp. We've got another way to kind of take advantage of our creatures dying here in the circus, and it's our collateral. I don't know why this is happening. Normally, this is the first time this has ever happened, so I do apologize. If you're a fan of magic art, which most people are, I'm sorry about that, so I don't know what's going on. Let's go lead off with Smoldering Marsh, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. We're playing Judith, the head circus master today. Other creatures you control get +1/+0. Then whenever a non-token creature you control dies, Judith deals 1 damage to any target. Playing against Rune of the Hidden Realm, who's being spooky right now and hiding. Actually, let's... So that came into play tap. Let's go Scalding Tarn. Let's grab one of our fetch lands. Actually, excuse me, let's grab one of our dual sources. Can't grab a fetch land with a fetch land. That'd be kind of crazy. Let's grab Badlands. Let's go for Mirror. This could be 1/2. And then pass it back over to our opponent. We're playing against Rune of the Hidden Realm, Vigilance and Trample. Then for a 2-mana activation, exile another target creature. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. And our opponent digging down an Elixir of Mortality, which is going to allow them to shuffle some stuff back up into the graveyard. And yeah, they got a pretty good little mana base going. We've got Homeward Path, Gain Control, Governey Township. Yeah, most of the time I do most of my viewing by art. And so it's especially hard when something like this happens. It's hard for me to keep up with what's going on. So with Pier coming down, they did grab his imaginary friend. So at this point right now, we can at least add an additional mana for Mir. Do we want to get down? I think I kind of like going for Judith. We can get down Judith, because I cannot see our opponent wanting to trade with Leaden Mirror. But then again, we have nothing for 4 mana. Yeah, let's go for, yeah, I don't think we want to, well, if they want to trade, if one or more counters we put on permanent that team controls, that many, yeah, they don't want to trade with that. So let's get down Judith. We're going to get down Swamp. We're going to go for Judith. That's going to allow us to at least get in a little bit of extra damage. And with this deck right here, we are kind of trying to play the aggressive deck. So typically I'm not playing an aggro style commander deck. And so, little points of damage like getting in for 2 with Leaden Mirror and maybe being able to trade with Pier, that does make a pretty big difference in a deck like this when it comes down to like every last bit of damage that you can deal. So we're going to be a little aggressive on this one. We're going to swing in with the Leaden Mirror for 2. And then next turn, that puts us on a nice Thundermaw Hellkite. And yeah, I like that. All right, so we're going to swing it for 2, knock him down to 28, and then anything else pass the turn to our opponent. So next turn, we get down Phyrexian Tower. Like I mentioned, we can go for a Hellkite if we want to. We have the other Hellkite, the new one. Look how how beautiful that is. It's got a big old like mastodon skull up there. I don't know. It's just so cool to me. I love it. That's going to have Flying and Riot. That's going to make it a 4/4. Yeah, I think I kind of do like, I like getting on the Hellkite, especially if it's coming in with haste. Sounds like a pretty good plan. Let's get down Phyrexian Tower. Let's go for the Hellkite. And then we can really show it off to our opponent. Check this out. We got ourselves a dragon here at the circus. All right, so we're going to get this Hellkite down. We're going to make it have enter the battlefield with haste. And then that'll still put us on for the activated ability of doing 2 damage to our opponent. And let's go and push in. So we got Judith swinging in for 2. We got the Hellkite swinging in for 5. And that's going to be a beautiful 7 points of damage being dealt to our opponent. Now, they do have Conqueror's Flail on the battlefield. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each color among permanents you control. And so, thankfully, at this point, they're a little bit stuck on... yeah, they have the Conqueror's Flail on Pier and swing in, but that's going to clear the way for us to swing across. And let's go for Thundermaw Hellkite. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go to Shotgun Blood Crypt. We're going to take 2 life on this one. Let's go for the Hellkite. Even if this ends up being a short game because our opponent's a little bit mana screwed, I may end up posting it in some form or fashion because this is, I don't know, I'm really digging. We got the double Hellkites going on. It's kind of like the Dragon Force 1 formation at the circus. Yeah, we get the air show here at the circus. If we're going to swing across, that's going to be 11. That's going to be 13, and that will be 14, putting them down to 6. So I'm going to kick it back over to our opponent. See if they can get out from underneath this one, but thankfully we're able to get the dragons going. And that made a pretty big difference. Our opponent's going to swing in for 2, knock us down to 23. And they're going to go for the Governor Township activation. There you go, puts us down, and then that's going to be the last option. Let's just go and push in with the crew. And I guess, yeah, our opponent was kind of mana screwed on this one, so I'll probably end up just tossing this one over into the scrap bin. But you can see how fun it is getting these double Hellkites going. All right, good game to our opponent. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to Zegana's Petting Zoo. As far as our opening hand goes, yes, I love it. I'm going to keep on this one. We've got Brainstorm. We've got Worn Power Stone to allow us to ramp just a little bit quicker. And we've got a +1 counter Matters creature in the new card, Skatewing Spy. So I guess at this point, both of our lands are going to enter the battlefield tapped. So it doesn't really matter. I guess we're just going to lead off with Lumbering Falls. And then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. We are playing Zegana, the official keeper of the petting zoo. And if you're feeling feisty, go try to pet Sharkdo Crab. Promise you it will not turn out bad. It might. We've got doing a Brainstorm just during our main phase. Now let's just go and get down Harbor. And then we'll go and pass turn to our opponent. We're playing Zegana. Whenever Zegana enters the battlefield, if you control another creature with a +1 counter, draw a card. Then for a 6 mana activation, adapt for 4. Each creature you control with a +1 counter on it has trample. Very nice. Let's go for Brainstorm. Yeah, I actually don't mind going for this. And then Altered Ego, Master Biomancer, and then Alchemist Refuge. Let's put Rishkar's Expertise back on top, and we'll go and put Toothy on top too. So drawn to one of those next turn. We'll at least be all 9 to get down Worn Power Stone, and then we can hopefully start rolling out some of these creatures to get a really nice petting zoo going for Amara. I bet she enjoys a petting zoo. Seems like that's something she'd like to do on the weekend. Let's get down Worn Power Stone, and then we'll kick it back over to our opponent. But yes, covered Amara. I don't think we did. Whenever Amara becomes tapped, create a 1/1 White Soldier creature token with lifelink, which reminds me, I definitely need to... I need to record Amara. I really enjoyed playing that deck, and it was always a lot of fun just getting those soldiers going. You can see how just off to a quick start you can get with something like Honor of the Pure. All right, so I'm going to get in for 3. That's going to knock us down to 27, and that will be 3 total commander damage. Let's get down Island. So we've got Master Biomancer. Yeah, I think if we get down Master Biomancer and then really kind of start rolling out some of these creatures, I think that'd be really good. Yeah, let's go for that. Let's go Master Biomancer. It's going to be 1/2, and that's going to give us 2 more mana, but there's nothing else we need to do, so we'll go and pass the turn to our opponent. But yes, as far as this deck goes, if you did not see the deck tech, I just really wanted to highlight a lot of the really cool creatures that came out from Ravnica, the new set. So we've got Sharkdo Crab in here, we've got Galloping Lizrog, and we've got Trollbred Guardian. I mean, just a whole ton of... Oh, did we just got hit with a choke? That card just really trips me out. All right, so we need to be careful with our islands, and thankfully we let off with Lumbering Falls and Hinterland Harbor. That was really nice. Ooh, Sage of Hours. So at this point we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 total mana. Yeah, let's go for Sage of Hours. I'm okay with that. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to get down Sage of Hours. If our opponent's got Path to Exile, Swords to Plowshare, so be it. But at least it's going to enter the battlefield with a couple extra +1 counters on it. And then we'll kick it back over to our opponent. Now with Choke, the only downside to Choke is I'm looking at my deck list right now, hoping that I have some sort of artifact or enchantment removal, and it's not looking so hot. All right, so we may not have any sort of artifact enchantment removal. We're going to try our best on this one, and if we can get a few extra +1 counters on Sage of Hours, then that'll definitely allow us to maybe take a few extra turns and then kind of have some fun. Now, with our opponent getting down Birthing Pod, we do have Altered Ego in our hand. We can certainly have that enter the battlefield as a copy of any sort of creature that they have. So we'll definitely be holding on to Altered Ego, and especially with Master Biomancer out there, that will definitely allow for us to end up with some really nice +1 counters on it, whatever it decides to become a copy of. And thankfully with this 2/4, oh, no, we're going to see a Mara swing in. Do we want to trade with Sage of Hours? Is that something? I think we just block with Master Biomancer. Yeah, that's fine. It's simply just a 3/3. We'll try to get a little bit bigger creature on the battlefield to kind of stop. Ooh, Bioshift. That's exactly what we wanted to see. All right, so the best way to kind of do this, whenever you draw a card, put a +1 counter on it. So we could end up going for Zegana to get her down. If we end up getting 2 Thieves, it's going to enter as a 1/1, and then we can search our library. Actually, yeah, let's go for Prime Speaker. I kind of actually want to draw, see if we can't just cash in an extra card draw. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to get down Zegana at this point right now. We can end up going for that Adapt for 4. It's going to be 2 +1 counters on it. And with Bioshift, with the Sage of Hours, we need to get 5 counters on there to take an extra turn. We do run into Preordain. Okay. Then anything else will go and pass the turn to our opponent. Now, hopefully we can find one more colored source, because we are kind of under this weird lock with Choke out there, cutting us out on 1 blue mana. But as far as what we need to do, I'd really like to get a few extra counters. Now, if we end up going for the Adapt for 6, we can't actually do that with Zegana because it has 2 +1 counters on it. So if we can get a creature, something like Altered Ego, if we can really kind of amplify those counters, we can definitely use Bioshift to put a few extra on Sage of Hours and go for an extra turn. The only downside to running Sage of Hours in here is we can't run Corpsejack Menace, so that makes me really sad, because with Corpsejack Menace, if you put a +1 counter on a creature, it doubles the number of +1 counters on it. And it's just like whenever I think of Bioshift, I just always think of Corpsejack Menace. So unfortunately, you can't run it in here, but if we could sneak a black card in here, I certainly would. It'd be a lot of good. It'd be a lot of fun. Opponent's going to get out Mysteries. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token, and then whenever a non-token creature you control dies, investigate. Okay, so I've got a little bit of an insurance policy to get some sort of board wipe, but thankfully that's not really what we've got going on, so we don't have to worry about too many token counters from our opponent. Now, with them sitting at 2/2s with lifelink, okay, they're not going to swing in. I like that. We're going to have Zegana sitting as a 6/6, and that does kind of put us in a position where if we wanted to start swinging with Zegana, we certainly could. Ooh, okay, with Shapers of Nature, if we end up going for Rishkar's Expertise, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can actually go for Preordained. Yeah, because we need to make the land drop. It's turn 7. We've got 4 lands on the battlefield, so we can still always get down 2 Thief if we need to. Trollbred Guardian, let's go ahead and put that on the bottom for right now. And then, yeah, we can actually put Double Forest down with Blighted Woodland, so we'll definitely go and leave that on top. Drawn to Blighted Woodland, let's go and get that down. And then we'll simply just go ahead and go for the activation at this point right now. That way we don't forget about it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That way we can sacrifice Refuge. We're going to grab Double Forest on this one because if we grab an island, it's not going to be so good for us. And then anything else, we're going to kick it back over to our opponent. I really think our next best bet is definitely to go for Altered Ego next time. We can get a ton of +1 counters on it. It's going to end up being 1, 2, 3, 4. And then with the equal to its power. So it's going to end up being a 2/2. So yeah, that'll be a pretty good option, especially for us to Bioshift. So we'll see what they end up grabbing off of this Birthing Pod activation, off of sacrificing Courser of Crewfix. But maybe, hopefully, that'll be a really good option for us to go for with the Altered Ego. Then, worst case scenario, we can actually just get down Skatewing Spy and then really start putting some pressure. Ooh, Academy Rector. Okay. Now, we do have to watch out for Academy Rector, because once they end up going for the sacrifice on Academy Rector, that's going to allow them to search up any sort of enchantment out of their graveyard. So we might try to set up a few extra turns for next turn. I think we might end up trying to do that if we can somehow make that work. Getting him on stage, yeah, we might try to do that. Okay, drawn to Rampant Growth. So if we end up going for Altered Ego, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can actually go for 6, enter with 4. and then Bioshift onto Sage of Hours. That'll be an extra turn. Yeah, let's try that. So let's end up going for Altered Ego. It's going to be 1/2. And we'll tap down Alchemist Refuge. Let's go for Altered Ego. And I guess technically, if we wanted to, we could actually have it enter the battlefield as a copy of Master Biomancer. Because Eternal Witness could end up working with Preordain if we wanted to bring something back. But I kind of like Master Biomancer. Yeah, let's go for that. Any creature on the battlefield. Yeah, because Eternal Witness Amara would be potentially good. But I kind of like going for this. We're going to click OK. Have it enter the battlefield as a copy of Master Biomancer. Let's go for Bioshift. We're going to remove the counters from Master Biomancer and then put them onto Sage of Hours. And there'll be additional +1 counter on Sage. And we're going to go ahead and move, just go ahead and move all of those over there. Actually, if it's sitting at 3, we're just going to move 2. All right, POTUS's going to scoop it up on this one. The game wasn't technically over, but yeah, I'll go end up posting this one up because you can kind of see what the interactions are going to be like. So we put the +1 counters from Master Biomancer onto Sage Hour, and then we get to take the 5 counters off of this one and take an extra turn. So unfortunately, this is one of those games where it's not technically over yet. We're going to be able to take an extra turn. Next turn, we're going to be able to get down Skatewing Spy once we take that extra turn, and that's going to be at least about 15 in the air, and depending on what they grabbed off Academy Rector. But I'm going to go and post this one up. You can kind of see what the deck is certainly trying to do, and the sort of shenanigans that you can get into having Alter Ego enter the battlefield as a copy of Master Biomancer. Even if we don't have Sage of Hours on the battlefield, we get down a copy of Master Biomancer. It's a 6/8. Then every single other creature we get down is going to be a beautiful Sound the Simic Alarms creature. But if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.